Hello, ladies and gentlemen. That's Young Fun. I'm Aaron. We're here to see who the best speaker is, and today we are comparing Trump versus Trudeau. For those who don't know, Trudeau is the Prime Minister of Canada, and I'm pretty sure most people know that Trump is the President of the United States. We're going to be comparing their ability to deliver information about COVID to an audience. Who's better at getting the ideas across in a way that makes their audience remember it, and in a way that makes it seem sincere, like they actually care about it. To find out who is better, we're going to be using the tried and true method of serving up some fish, particularly cod. That's content, organization, and delivery. Who has better content, who's better organized, and who delivers it the best. Let's jump right into it. Without further ado, Young Fun, start up the videos.
There's a fun fact: cod is native to the east coast of Canada, right outside of Newfoundland. But we start with Trump. Okay, let's just begin with Trump because Trump is funny to watch. Let's see.
To crowded bars and other crowded places. Yesterday, we made the amazing announcement for our plans to protect nursing home residents. We're working very hard on that. We're doing very well all over the country. And also about contracting with Pfizer. We made a big, beautiful contract with Pfizer. We think they're very close, but we have a lot of companies that are very close to produce a vaccine.
Okay, so that's a Trump with a big, beautiful contract. Don't know what it is. Here's Trudeau, our Canada Prime Minister. And he reported about our recent COVID situation.
Public health modeling. We'll have more details then, but here's the main takeaway from these projections. After a very challenging spring, things are continuing to move in the right direction. We still have some hot spots in some parts of the country, but nationally, the number of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths is declining over time.
Okay, so that is Trudeau. He talked about modeling and numbers and translating. Let's see how they are doing.
There's no point in me delaying it, but Trudeau does better in this one for a number of reasons. First and foremost, he's delivering it with some, delivery techniques. So he's pausing. He spends a lot of time actually looking at the camera. He emphasizes words. He makes sure that what he's saying is clear. And I think that's another thing that's worth mentioning is clarity. The message he's trying to get across is super clear. He's giving us a takeaway. The way he organizes it is very clear. His delivery is clear. His voice is clear. Everything about what he says is clear. I don't really know what Trump's going for. His misuse of adjectives, calling a contract big and beautiful doesn't make sense. Adjectives are powerful tools. They're a great way to enhance what we're saying. They're a great way to make a sentence or an idea more engaging, to make it more descriptive, to stand out, to make it, big and beautiful. However, if you use the wrong adjective, it's jarring, right? If I called a person slippery, right? If I said, oh, she was dressed beautifully in a slippery green dress. Slippery dress, what does that mean? Why are you saying that? So what does it mean to have a contract that's big and beautiful? I mean, I get a big contract, but I've never picked up a contract and thought, oh my God, I love it, it's beautiful. That doesn't make any sense. So using the adjective of beautiful on a contract is nonsensical and throws off your audience. It makes the information less clear because they're going to be more focused on understanding what a beautiful contract is. So with that in mind, I think Trudeau is just better because of his clarity, his delivery, the fact that he seems to actually care, and he's more professional. He's not looking down, reading, kind of slanted, going back and forth. Occasionally that's good. He's looking at the camera, and he's speaking in a way that's designed to reassure people that we're confident, we're optimistic, we're going through tough times, but we're going to make it happen. So I'll give my card in a minute, but spoilers, Trudeau is better.
Oh, wow. Then we should end the video. Nah, it's just joking here. Okay, I will start with Trump. I feel like Trump is trying to hit the buzzword of his campaign. Let's just put it out of the way. Why I say that? Well, he says things are going well. Fact is not. we send a strong message to young people. Okay, the young people spread COVID in US. It's all young people's fault. I guess because young people don't vote for him, so he put them down. And he ended with, we have a contract with vaccine, just randomly throw vaccine in there. The whole thing don't make sense. So all I get is few buzzwords. He doesn't want to piss off his own base, go piss off young people. He goes on the TikTok, young people don't like him. And he want to catch on the vaccine because that's to do with his win in November. If he making the vaccine, he has a chance. Otherwise, he probably don't. Buzzwords again. Now let's look back in Trudeau. Yes, Trudeau is not in this not in the election cycle yet, but he also faced a great challenge here of managing a whole country in this pandemic. And why dealing with COVID is so difficult for the politicians? It's because it's very dense in science. And second, the science has changed every day if you follow it. So it's a difficult subject of science that's so dynamic and changing. So you need to keep up with it. On top of that, you need to distill all this scientific information and dynamic one to very concise and simple information to the public so they will listen and they will understand. Why I want to highlight in Trudeau's speech here, he did a really good job. Let's face it, it's really hard to model this COVID. It's really hard to get a grasp and to predict what's going on. So he acknowledged at the first point, he said, it's hard, it's ongoing research, but there's some key message. And then he lay on the key message after the speech. So people know, okay, that's fairly reliable to take away. People also understand there's some uncertainty related of what he's saying, which is okay. If you tell people you are not 100% sure and you're being frank and be honest about it up front. So that's what Trudeau shines in this speech, from my opinion. Mm-hmm. So Aaron, are you okay to deliver the delicious call?
I'm ready.
From Newfoundland?
Sorry?
Is it from Newfoundland, Canada?
All right, let's see. Okay. So in terms of content, I've already told you what I think. I know Trudeau's better. I don't want to make it seem like I think Trudeau's perfect. I think Trudeau does a good job. There are definitely things he can improve on. For Trump's content, 3. I'm going to give him a 3. And then Trudeau, I'm going to give him I'll say a 7.5, because there are definitely areas to improve, but I think it's solid. The content's easy to understand, easy to follow. Trump's is not. It's not easy to understand, not easy to follow. His misuse of adjectives, his meandering delivery makes it really difficult for me to follow his content. In terms of organization, I mean, in watching them, in these 30-second chunks, organization, once again, I actually think Trudeau does a really good job with his organization, because it's very clear. He talks about summaries and takeaways, even just in the 30-second chunk. It's easy to pull out information and find out what he's talking about. I'm going to give him an 8. I think 8's a fair one here, because he does solid. Once again, I'd love to see some more creative stuff, but that's not really his job. If for us to really get a full 10 on organization, we need creativity to do something unique. Trump, disorganized, maybe better than his content, 3.5. In terms of delivery, so I do think that Trudeau has a lot to improve on in his delivery, because he's sometimes stiff, he's sometimes wooden, sometimes it feels a little bit monotone with his voice. So there's definitely room to improve here. So I'm actually going to give him a 6. I know that might be a little low in some people's opinion, but I do think he has room to improve. He's definitely not a perfect speaker. In the same way he's not a perfect prime minister, he's definitely failed at a lot of things. I just think he's doing a lot better job of handling it than Trump has, but that's a personal opinion. Once again, like I said, 6 or 6.5, whatever I said. And then for Trump, his delivery it's lackluster, it's boring. He's delivered better in the past. He's done better in all regards in the past, but this he's delivering because it's a political thing. 2. His delivery is awful to me. It's abysmal.
Did you say 2?
A 2, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's looking down the whole time. The things he emphasizes are confusing. He emphasizes the wrong words. To me, it's disappointing.
Okay.
Anyway, your turn.
Cool. Okay. I want to keep this really objective. Okay. Aaron is a hardcore Canadian. He born and raised here in the heart of Canada, in the middle of British Columbia. I have a bit more international experience, and this I will try to be really fair. I will follow the guideline of COD. First up, Trump, the content. I can only understand 3 buzzwords. I have no idea what else he's talking about. So 3 points, 1 point for each word. Fair? For Trudeau, the content has model in the key message, disclosure, acknowledging the limitation, as long as the key message, room to improve. If I can say what percentage increase, what percentage decrease, might be better. So 7, for some room to improve. Organization, man. I also don't know what Trump's organizing is. Going from we tell teenagers to do this to vaccine in 30 seconds. That is like going from Earth to Mars in 30 seconds. I have no idea what that is too, because he go from A to B. So point A or point 1, point B or point 2. Organization Trudeau is great, and key message breakdown into good advice and call for Canadian society to stay vigilant and to stay put, because this is not over yet. Overall, great organization. I understand really well. I give him a 7.5. Delivery of Trudeau, he's engaging. He's like, I'm talking with him. He changed his tones, and he have eye engagement. It's great. It's like a neighbor or something, staying from the house even, right? It's like talking with a neighbor. Very, very nice and close to a person. So I like that. 7 point for Trudeau. Trump's delivery. Just name it. So this is Trump delivery. I don't know how much point you will give to me. I guess I can barely see myself for points. So I try to be fair. I have 1 point for each thing Trump did well. So he ended up with 2.3. I guess he did 2 things well, almost 3 things well. So Aaron gave Trump a 2.8. So overall, Aaron's nicer as a hardcore Canadian. Trump ended up with 2.6. I'm a bit harsher because I grew up in a culture of go, 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 do things well. So 2.5 for Trump. For Trudeau, Aaron gave Trudeau 7.3. I give Trudeau only 7.2. Again, even culture. So overall, on the average, for Trudeau is 7.25. So Trudeau smoked Trump. As I said a few minutes back, I want to be as objective as possible, try to cancel out hardcore Canadian attitude here.
Mm-hmm.
I fail, I guess I wear numberjack here.
Yeah.
So I give myself out.
We Canadians need to be stopped.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I think it's fine. It's fine. I hope people can comment on this, see what they think. What I say is quite clear of winner and loser in this 2 speech comparison. We put it simply, one speak as a teacher, the other speak as a street fighter, with politely.
Mm.
So it's very, very different content, attitude, and everything. What do you think, Aaron?
I mean, I tend to think, the attitude is very different. The attitude I get from Trudeau is that he's actually delivering it with the intent to get information across. The attitude I get from Trump is that he's delivering it because it's what he should do politically, so he's doing it disingenuously. He has delivered better before. I don't particularly like Trump's speaking style. I don't particularly like Trump as a speaker. I just don't particularly like Trump in general. That's probably just a bias I have. But his delivery in this case was particularly weak compared to what he's done before. I think it's because he doesn't believe what he's saying. For Trudeau, like I say, there are things he's done that I like in terms of his actual leadership and things that I don't like. I think he's definitely done a lot of things poorly, some things well, but he delivers this well. He delivers it fairly sincerely, although wouldn't at times he does do better. I think the message everyone should take away from this is be sincere. If you're gonna say something, say it like you mean it, and also say it super clearly. When you say it without clarity, you lose everything else. So with that said, I think we can all agree, or at least you and I can agree, that Trudeau did do much better in terms of delivery here.
Yes. So that is what we want to say in this episode. We want to keep the message clear and simple, like what Trudeau did in this video. And here is ZAPY speaking from Vancouver, Canada. Until we see you next time.
Stay fishy out there.